Hello Capricorn, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for May the 15th to the 22nd. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot, figuring out anything that's working for you at this time. And of course, we're seeing how it is likely going to play out, okay? Now, Capricorn, you've got the Eight of Water, which is the equivalent to the Eight of Cups. It's coming out and it says a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Okay, so the spiritual and emotional growth will happen as soon as you have moved on from something here or released something, okay? There is a desire for you to move on from an emotional, I want to say an emotional shackle, okay? And this desire to no longer be beholden to that. Now, obviously, I don't know exactly what that's about, okay? We'll find out more when we pull the tarot. You're going to know what that's in regards to, okay? It's anything that you have emotionally invested in, usually for a long time, and then it's reached that pivotal point where it can go no further, okay? So it's kind of like admitting that something isn't working, and instead of like not foolishly, but just trying to make something work that isn't working, right? Futile, there we go, that's the word I'm looking for. So instead of the futile task of forcing something to work when it clearly isn't working, it's going, okay, do you know what, I've done my best in this situation, I can't really take it any further, so now it's time to move on, okay? The Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic and witty, and it says objective decision making. So even though there is a painful situation here, you're using your objective decision making, okay? So you recognize the emotional investment, but recognize that it is not going to be able to carry you any further, and choosing differently, clearing away all that no longer serves you and seeing the humor in a situation. But this is the thing, Capricorn, sometimes, most of the time, you can actually see the humor in a situation. It might be really difficult for you to see humor in this situation though, okay? I'm just getting the impression with that Eight of Water that it's not a very funny situation at all, right? I'm not convinced that this is even something that you're going to be able to look back on in the future and, you know, have a smile, have a smile about. I do apologize for my throat. I feel that this is more to do with you being realistic, right? You recognizing that by having an emotional attachment to whatever this is, it's not healthy, right? And it's not going to serve you. So let's take a deeper dive into this. Can you tell us more about this Eight of Water and the Queen of Air? What's going on for Capricorn? What's this desire to move on? Moving on from what? The Eight of Swords. Moving on from the complications. Moving on from the overthinking. The procrastination. What if I did something different? Would things have changed if I had made different choices? That sort of thing, right? What else? It's all basically overthinking to the point of self-blame here. Yeah, you got the Fool, so it is time to move on. Let's find out. Ace of Wands, the Magician and the Nine of Wands. Okay. So you've got Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo, Sag energy that's coming through. Strong Gemini, strong Aquarius out of all of them. You could be dealing with someone who is one of those signs, or you might have those placements somewhere dominant in your own chart, Capricorn. Okay. there's definitely a reluctance to move on. Now, again, take it as it resonates, because I don't know what side of the table this is coming from. Either you're reluctant to move on, or someone else is reluctant to move on from you. So you're going to know what side you're on for that one, okay? Either way, you're having to make logical decisions right now. It's difficult. It's really, really difficult, because there's a message here about 8 years, 9 years, or 18 years, right? So either a situation or a connection or a relationship that's been going on for 8 years or 18 years, all of a sudden you're having to start again here with this Fool and the Ace of Wands, right? But because you're so accustomed to the lifestyle that you have built over the past 8 to 18 years, that's now part of your routine, okay? There is strong emphasis here on how everything to do with your routine, that's probably where that Virgo energy is coming from, everything to do with your routine is going to be different, okay? And I feel that this is the week where you start implementing your own new routines, okay? I'm going to use another deck in a minute and clarify exactly what this new start is all about. Because I do feel as well, with the power that's coming off of these two, I feel like this is a decision that you didn't make, but you're having to make decisions in regards to someone else's choices, right? And you're having to change up your own routine and start afresh because of a decision that someone else has made here. There was the reluctance to do that for a bit, but I feel that that reluctance is what you're releasing, okay? So the thing is with you, Capricorn, and I'm going to level with you guys here, I've always admired Capricorn energy for this. Your ability to be able to move on from really hurtful situations, and to do that not quickly, but you know, in a reasonable amount of time. It has always like fascinated me, to the point where I found myself sitting there going, you know what, I wish sometimes that I was a little bit more like a Capricorn. Sometimes I need to tune in more with my Capricorn Mars placement, right? Because that would be really, really good for that. I can't let things go like the way that you guys can. So the point of me saying that, Capricorn, is I am seeing you having this fresh start. Even though you didn't really want it, you're allowing yourself the freedom of that fresh start, and you're making the absolute most of it, okay? So again, take it as it resonates, because this could be about another person in your private life, so like a close relationship type deal, or like a career change or something like that, okay? It's basically anything that has been a part of your life for the best part of 2 decades, from what I can make out for a lot of you, right, is suddenly shifted. It's suddenly different, okay? So you're making the absolute best of this fresh start. And I said I was going to clarify this fresh start with a different deck, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, okay? Right, can we have a look at this fresh start for Capricorn? What is this fresh start for Capricorn about? Okay, that one's off center. It's the Emperor off balance. Okay. Heavy masculine energy, potentially a child here also with the Page of Pentacles. This one's also off balance. The Four of Swords. Okay. you're not giving up, right? This fresh start, they're saying, this fresh start is not you giving up. This is you surrendering control, Emperor off balance, and adding new skills, new talents under your belt, okay? Okay, so again, that doesn't really clear it up for me any, because I still can't work out if this is like a relationship or a career, okay? But again, you're going to know how that resonates for you, if it resonates at all, because of course not all of these readings are going to be for everybody all of the time, okay? That's just impossible. I can only give you what I got. Okay, so why is this happening? The Seven of Water, a complex decision, the need to do research and to stop procrastinating. So again, the Seven of Water, that's going to be the equivalent to the Seven of Cups in traditional tarot, which is having a lot of options, but maybe not being able to figure out what is right for you at this point in time. Options have opened up for you, I feel, before you felt ready for them. Okay, I don't know why that's not focusing. These cameras have been so fickle lately. Okay, so you can see the way that this card is illustrated, that there is actually a star in all of these cups, which means that there is hope with every direction you take, with every decision that you make. There is actually hope. It's indicating to me, Capricorn, that all of your choices that are in front of you at this time, they're all right for you in one form or another, okay? They all bring different positives with them, okay? I much prefer this particular Seven of Cups from the traditional Seven of Cups, because there's a different thing in all of the other Seven of Cups, and not all of them are good, right? In this deck, it's very much different because they're all stars and lights. They're just different colors, okay? So whatever flavor you pick, it's going to be good for you, right? Which is the main thing here. So this is happening. I feel that you don't have all of the answers yet, because it does say the need to do more research, right? This is happening because of reasons that you and I don't understand right now, okay? But when the time is right, Capricorn, you will be able to see clearly the reasons why this is happening, okay? Can you tell us more? What are we allowed to see about why this is happening for Capricorn? I kind of feel, Capricorn, that maybe things have become a little bit too stagnant for you as well. Oh, that's kind of creepy. Seven of Cups clarified with the Seven of Cups again. Is that camera ever going to focus? There we go. Nice. I have cleaned the lens. I continue to clean the lenses and it still struggles. So it's being highlighted here, strangely enough. On this camera, I've got like a little outline, like a little box outline, and the camera picks up and highlights things that it finds important within that particular frame, right? It's the way that the camera lens will focus. You all know what it's highlighting at the moment, Capricorn? That mask in that cup. Okay, that top one there. That's what that camera was highlighting. A mask. So why this is happening, Capricorn, I feel that someone has not been entirely forthright with you. I feel here that there have been issues to do with somebody's identity. Could be your identity, could be their identity, okay? But I feel like someone has been concealing, maybe because they thought that they had to conceal who they truly are, right? And when they've done that, or maybe when you've done that, it's kind of like not pretending to be someone that they're not, but just not being completely authentic to who they are, and then hurting other people around them because they didn't want to see themselves beneath that particular mask. Okay. Interesting concept. But again, take it as it resonates, okay? Because it could be coming from either side of the table here, all right? I'm not going to make assumptions, right? I just don't know. I literally just don't know. Nine of Swords, stress and anxiety, okay? That kind of feels to me like someone's demons got the better of them, okay? Again, either yours or theirs. Just got the better of them, and they started making decisions, what I feel have been quite self-destructive decisions, and you found yourself being caught up in that, Capricorn. Okay. Can you tell us more for why this is happening? Yeah, the moon off center, exactly. The moon is subconscious energies, okay? Yes, sometimes it can be fears and secrets and lies and someone's nature as well, with it coming out scattered energy. I do feel that a lot of this is psychological and psychological damage, and I'm just going to leave that one there, because obviously I am not qualified to speak on such things at all, okay? Someone's trauma, someone's problems have basically gotten the better of them, all right? That's why this has happened. Okay, so what's going on in your blind spot? The Two of Earth. Too much is going on at once, so overwhelm. Okay, in your blind spot, Capricorn, you are running the risk of becoming overwhelmed really quite quickly. Please focus, camera. Thank you. But yeah, there's too much that's going on at once. There's the need for you to make a decision, but we could already see with your first couple of cards that you are making an objective decision. Maybe you haven't made that decision yet, because this is in your blind spot. It's possible. But again, just take it as it resonates. Consider a more playful approach. So again, like, that's twice now that message has kind of come out. You've had like witty and like seeing the humorous side, but right now it doesn't feel like it's very fucking funny at all, right? It feels traumatic as hell. I feel that what this is getting at with the mention of witty and playful approach, it's the optimism side, right? It's your playful nature, it's your sense of humor, it's your playful side, it's your ability to still remain positive even when the world is on fucking fire, right? And imagine that this is how I always see Capricorn, and I know a lot of Capricorns, and they would all pretty much agree with me on this one. I don't know if you will, but whenever I imagine Capricorn energy and the world being on fire, I always imagine Capricorn going, fuck, I wish I had done that, right? That's the kind of humor that Capricorns usually have. It's that dark sense of humor, and I think that that's what Spirit's getting at here, is that dark sense of humor can actually be very it can actually be very affirming and helpful, right? So again, like, usually people in professions such as being dentists and surgeons and doctors and, you know, the types of professions where they see the most horrendous things, right, and the most traumatic things, usually they've got really dark senses of humor. because that helps them get through it, right? And I feel strongly that that's what Spirit's getting at here, about how your sense of humor is in the same context. It's going to help you to get through this this really dark and difficult time. Okay, and that's going to help you to not feel overwhelmed. Obviously, it's not about ignoring the traumatic events or situations or anything like that, right? It's not about ignoring it, but it's about making sure that you're okay in spite of everything else that's going on. Okay. Right, so yeah, can you tell us more about Capricorn's blind spot, please? Thank you. That one's off center. Ooh, there's your major arcana there, Capricorn. The devil coming out. And the sun off balance. Okay, so again, we've got to read it within context, okay? Yes, the devil energy. It is your major arcana, and I feel that it's coming out for you reading, Capricorn. Again, reading within context. That you do have to put yourself first here, and it's in your blind spot because you've not been putting yourself first, and you do need to put yourself first on this particular occasion, and to not feel bad for doing that. Okay, we got this card of growth, joy, optimism, positivity with the sun. Health, happiness, healing also. Come on, focus, you lazy shit. There, right there it is. And it's come out as scattered energy, right? So at the moment, at the time of you watching this reading, you might be convincing yourself that you're never going to be able to feel happiness ever again. And you know what? You are going to be able to experience and feel true happiness again. It's just going to be in a different form. Okay, it's going to be in a different form. This is also saying, Capricorn, for you not to lose the hope. It's not about false hope. Okay, we don't deal with false hope. Don't lose the hope. Okay, this is going to take you time to recover from this particular part of your journey. But ultimately, you are going to recover. You're going to be changed. Yes, you're going to be different. Abso-fucking-lutely, right? I'm not saying that you're not. You are going to be different, but you are going to recover. And you will feel those rays of sunshine again. That joy, optimism, happiness. Okay. In your blind spot, you're losing hope. Okay, so Spirit's wanting to reinstate that sense of hope. Ace of Earth was working for you. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, and important documents or contracts for what is working for you. So Capricorn, everything that you're needing to take care of here, in the legal sense, take care of it now. Okay, do not put off anything legal right now. You got to knuckle under and make sure that all of your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted in the legal sense. Okay. Also, I feel here, Capricorn, that there is a new prosperous business venture for you right around the corner. Because again, as I mentioned before, you are Capricorn. You are fucking incredible at being able to bounce back, right? But the thing is, you guys, you don't just bounce back. You always come back bigger, better, and stronger than what you ever were initially. And it's like every time you take a knock and you're like, shit, that was painful, that hurt. Okay, then let's try this again. And then the next time you try it, like you put in double the effort that you did last time, or triple the effort that you did the last time. And every single fucking time you come back, like, bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's almost like the new version of you is kind of consuming the old version of you. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with this energy. I do apologize, Capricorn. I'm not very good at being able to explain things, so I have to try and put visuals to the energy, just so that it's easy to understand, right? But yeah, new documents, new contracts, make sure that you've got all of the old shit dealt with as well, okay? So yeah, out with the old, in with the news, all part of your fresh start. This energy's come out scattered energy. The Five of Cups and the Empress, and both of them were ever so slightly off balance like that, okay? What's working for you is giving yourself permission. It sounds strange. Give yourself permission to grieve. Okay. That is something else again that a lot of you guys are typically guilty of doing, is not grieving, not giving yourself the appropriate amount of time to grieve. You kind of see it as like wallowing in self-pity. Okay. You got to give yourself time. Okay. Like obviously I don't know the extent of everything that's gone on here, but I can translate the cards and feel out the energy that's going on. Whatever this is, it's friggin' heavy, right? It's really, really heavy. So you do need to give yourself time to, and permission to grieve as well. With the Empress, that's care and nurturing, and it's come out as scattered energy, okay? Which is why your message is coming out as giving yourself permission to take care of your own needs. These frigging cameras. Oh, they're so fickle. They've been fickle for the past couple of weeks. And like I said, I'm constantly cleaning the lenses and it's not making a difference. I might have to check out the settings. Page of Earth, for how this is likely going to play out. Scholarly, dependable, patient and successful. Good news about financial matters here, Capricorn, okay? You're wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study, okay? So again, completely, utterly and entirely changing up your current skill set. Maybe you became bored, or like I've suspected here, something was forced upon you that you didn't really have much of a choice, much of a say in. But what you do with it now is entirely your choice, right? Which is where you have your power. Capricorn, honestly, whatever you do next, whatever you pick up next, it's going to be a huge success. Okay, good news about financial matters. Interesting. Can you tell us more for Capricorn? Death energy. Now this one has come out ever so slightly off balance. Change and transformation. A lifestyle change, a permanent change. With that coming out off balance, it feels to me in around, I mean, I don't really want to say a blessing in disguise, right? Because nothing that I can feel about what's transpired here has been a blessing, right? So I don't want to say that. I want to say that this being change, transformation, a release, a surrender, I feel that this is you slowly but surely making peace with the way that things are now. Okay. Because again, that's a change that you did not instigate, but that's a change that you had to bend with, move with. Okay. I'm suspicious of that, actually. The Four of Cups reversed. Choosing happiness and acceptance. A new outlook. Yeah. So for the short term, Capricorn, it looks like you might still subconsciously fight against the change or the changes that are going on at the moment for the short term. But then over time, you are going to start to have a new outlook, okay? Because this is literally you choosing happiness. This is you accepting the way that things are now. Two of Pentacles, yeah. Getting back in balance, right? There's another message with this Two of Pentacles. Let's find out what else to this Two of Pentacles. Justice, okay. Yeah, so I thought that there are multiple things here that are going on for you, Capricorn. Ultimately, oh nice, King of Cups at the bottom of that deck. Ultimately, I don't really want to say it, but I have to. You're entering a new timeline. That's what's going on. That's literally why you've got everything is changing up almost overnight, all at the same time. Like connections, relationships, job, future plans, living situation. Like literally everything. All the big things are changing up all at once. You're entering a new timeline. Okay. So it's like you're not going crazy at all. Your life isn't falling apart, even though it fucking looks like it and it feels like it, right? This is a new timeline. And with Justice being here in the upright position as well, things are going to work out for you. Out of curiosity, what's under there? The Ten of Swords, you see. That was hiding underneath the Two of Pentacles. So there was something quite inevitable about you shifting timelines. Okay. Right, let's take a look at a healing message for you. Can I have healing for Capricorn, please? Transition. What do you know? Okay, this one's number 33. So you might want to Google healing angel number 33 or 333. Okay. So beautiful color on that one. It says transition, absorption, and stabilization. The stone of transition, I am absolutely going to butcher the name of this crystal. Botryoidal lepidolite indicates a time of restructure and reorganization of old patterns and beliefs. It may be a stressful time for you, but it's time to bring calm and harmony into your life. Trust that with transition come new ways of thinking and being. This upheaval is all part of the process, so there is no need to worry. Everything is as it should be. Allow yourself to flow through this transition, knowing that old patterns will be transformed into new ways of thinking and being for your higher good. What no longer serves you is being transformed into something that will serve you, so you can bring a sense of stability back into your life. This in turn will also help with returning your emotional balance. Meditating with this stone or this card, or even just asking for the energy of lepidolite to be with you at this time, might also bring a sense of calm. Lepidolite is known for its ability to relieve stress. Being a purple stone, it helps with your mind or your third eye chakra to reduce obsessive thoughts. It is also used near computers to absorb the electromagnetic energy that they create. Let lepidolite alleviate your stress and bring calm to your body and your environment. It will clear blockages that are holding you back so that you can move forward uninhibitedly. It is time to balance your emotions, to de-stress, focus and achieve your goals with or without help from others. You can do this, you are doing it. Trust in the process and you will be rewarded. Okay? And then it says your state of mind is important. So if you're going through a particularly tough time, say thank you. By doing this, you're acknowledging that whatever is happening to you is happening for you. You might not understand it right now, but it will become apparent later, and then you will realize that it was a gift. When you approach transitions and lessons in this way, it'll give you courage to get through it instead of being swept up in it. Yeah, but the thing is, Capricorn, like, I'm right there with you. When shit is actively going on, it's impossible to see any kind of lesson or any kind of blessing or any kind of good within the situation. Like, I'm completely with you there on that one. However, this message is saying, okay, lean into it, all right? Lean into it and trust the process. Okay, so let's take a look at some wonderful words of wisdom from the TUES Tarot for a little bit of light-hearted, cheeky fun at the end of your reading. Don't take this deck too seriously, okay? As I say, this deck is just a bit of fun. Time to change up a fucked up situation. Well, you might want to take that one seriously. Okay. Time to focus on relationships and those who piss you off. Okay. And they are proof that you can polish a turd. Okay. So, yeah. I kind of feel like someone's done a bit of a number on you here, Capricorn. Like, you've been fucked over. Somehow. Well, we can't change that, can we? What matters now is what you do with it. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. If this reading has been helpful for you, Capricorn, I definitely would appreciate a cheeky wee like on the video. That's going to signal to the YouTube algorithm that you are interested in my content and you're far more likely to be recommended my new videos every time I upload them. Okay. And yeah, it does help out the channel a lot as well, so thank you very, very much. For personal reads with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.